Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at yet another wonderful mod, this time in the form of Build Your Own Pool, which is being made by user Akernon. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is all of the things you need to build something like this. A pool in your freaking settlement. And how awesome is that? Why wouldn't you want this? It's great. But yes, specifically what this mod adds in is several new parts for the workshop mode that will add in water planes so that you can actually create your pools, and these planes will actually produce usable water that we can swim around in. It also adds into the game two different quality textures of waterfalls for you to place as a nice water feature. And finally, it adds a number of usable showers that you can add to the side, not only for aesthetics, but they are actually usable, as you can see there, I'll show them off later, and produce happiness for your settlement. I mean, come on, who wouldn't love that? An actual usable shower? Of course that's going to make your settlers happy. And of course, all these things are quite easy to place because, well, they're just other workshop items. So if we go into the workshop mode, actually, let me back out so I can show you exactly where these are, you will find the water, which, as you can see here, when we are in workshop mode, is just a flat water surface, which we can actually walk on, which makes life a lot easier for placing things. I don't have to worry about just staying along the edge of the pool while I'm building, but you'll find them under structures and then in miscellaneous. And in here we'll have 4 lovely new items added, all of which require differing amounts of purified water, which I find hilarious. You actually have to use purified water to build these. And the first part that we have is this water marker 128 by 128, and it is a small-sized water plane. And what this will do is create a small little section of water that you can swim in. Now the next is a 256 by 256, which we can click here, and as you can see, these will click to pretty much any other workshop item that is able to be clicked to, which is very convenient for how you build. The next is the waterfall marker for the 128 by 1500, which if we place there is actually this waterfall that I have right there, and then the next is the 128 by 512 waterfall, which if we, come on, rotate, oh, almost had it, there we go, we can place right there, and that one is the same waterfall that I had right there. And if we exit workshop mode, these turn into water, so it's always good not to be standing on them when you do exit workshop mode, because then you'll sink. But as you can see, this is how water works in the game. Water in Fallout is not a volumetric thing, it is a plane, and anything under that plane is considered water. So it's kind of weird if we place it outside like this without anything technically constraining it like I have with these concrete barriers around here. But they are actual water. If we drop in this, we are in water, and we can in fact swim around these things. But if we go too far outside, well, we are back in the normal world. So you definitely need to put an edge around your pools, and this is something to remember. Anything directly below this water plane is water. So if, say for instance, I wanted to put a pool on top of my bar over there, well, anything under that plane would be water. So the entire bar area would be flooded effectively. I mean, not really, because again, it's just whatever's under this, but nonetheless, you have to take that into account whenever you are building anything. So you can't build something under the water that you don't want water in, because anything under this will be water and will be considered underwater. But still, a lot of fun things that you can do with these, nonetheless, with building your pools. And here are the 2 different waterfalls that we had once again, and they are just lovely, lovely little things. Though, as you probably saw on the main pool up here, the particle effects are a bit weird, as they do kind of go all the way underwater still, which is a bit strange, but I mean, I think that's a limitation of the game engine rather than the mod itself, but nonetheless, it works quite nicely for adding a cool little water feature. And so, that is how the water works. Now, the showers that we have over here, where you're going to find those is over in furniture, and then in miscellaneous there as well. And we have a lovely variety of showers, all of which will require steel to produce. And we have this one, which is a wall-mounted one, though we can just put it freestanding for some reason. We then have a chemical shower here, another alternate chemical shower, and then 2 different shower stalls, all of which of these are created with 4 steel and will produce, as you can see on the side there, happiness. And every one of them, again, is usable, which is pretty cool. So if I get off the water there and exit the workshop mode and say just go to this shower, we will go into third-person view, and our character will go and take a shower. Now, the animation for this was actually not made by the mod maker. It was provided by one FLIP Dizzy, or, well, actually, I guess now that I'm looking at the screen name, it's probably just Flip Dizzy. But yes, the animation will continue until you decide to move. All your clothes comes back on, and the animation has to finish. Give it a moment. Give it a moment. And... oh, come on, finish the animation already. Almost. Almost. There we go. We have finished the animation. Oh, God, we're still not finishing the animation. Almost. There we are. We are fine. So, kind of a long time for them to finish the shower, but nonetheless, it is usable and will be used by your settlers. If it is a shower they can reach, they will, in fact, use it too. Now, a slight oddity with these showers, as you saw, the clothes of the character all come off, and if you have a character who has any tattoos or is dirty or anything like that, when they use the shower, they will be completely clean, including the removal of tattoos. Now, of course, once the shower is done, the tattoos will be back. It's just kind of weird that any sort of things like tattoos and whatnot just magically disappear for the duration of the shower. But nonetheless, it's just a minor bug that, quite frankly, isn't too big of a deal. Now, the one limitation with the showers, apparently, is if you have too many of them. You can only have up to 64 showers in use. That means they all have to be used at the same time. So, if somehow in your settlement you could get 64 people using the shower at the exact same time, you probably have bigger problems than the shower not working, because if 64 people are all using the showers at once, the 65th person, it won't work for. It won't work. They'll take a shower, but they won't undress or go through the animation. It's kind of a weird known issue, and I don't know how in the world you could actually accomplish that feat, but apparently, if you have more than 64 people showering, the 65th will not animate properly, which is strange. But yes, this is the Build Your Own Pool mod. Oh, actually, I forgot to show one thing. You may notice over here, I'm sorry guys, I almost forgot to point this out, that we have this lovely staircase in the pool. And this is something of an oddity with the design of how this all works. Now, if we try to build anything up here, like even say these showers, it considers these water tiles as planes that we can attach to. So if I want to, say, build a staircase into my pool, you can't with how it is currently. So what you have to do, as you can notice, it just tries to snap to these water tiles. But if we go outside of the workshop mode and sneak, then go back into the workshop mode, the water planes aren't there, and we can build underneath them and build, say, another ladder over here, or for instance a statue or something down at the bottom. Or if you decide to create some gigantic huge pool somewhere, you could potentially make like an entire underwater base. Now granted, remember, anything below is going to be water, so if you built an underwater base, you'd be swimming through it. So yeah, do with that what you will. But nonetheless, if you sneak, the water disappears. And of course, we will fall into the pool, unlike normally when the water planes act as a sort of floor for us. And once we exit the workshop mode, there we go, the water comes back, and we have this other stair here that we can now use to safely get out of the pool with no issue. It's quite a lovely and convenient thing. I really do like that. And one more thing I almost forgot to go through is there are some things to configure with this mod. If we go into the Pip-Boy, and in miscellaneous, you'll find a BYOP configuration holotape, and now this is, build your own pool. And if we click that, we have two options. One of which I understand, one of which I don't. The happiness generation is for the showers. Now, you could pretty easily sort of cheat your happiness in your settlement by just building a crap load of showers, because they're only 4 steel. That's easy to get a hold of. So with enough showers, you can easily solve all your happiness problems. So if you feel like that's a bit too much, you can in fact turn that off. And as you can see here, any of the showers that are already placed won't be affected. So the showers that I already have will add to happiness. Just any new ones that I add in will not be affected by this. Now, the other option that we have in here, I actually don't understand what it is. I've read on the page, which its description is you can configure the water planes, not the markers, are showing in the workshop mode. That's the description as for what this is. And I have turned it on and off, and I, for the life of me, cannot figure out what this does. If someone could explain this to me, I would appreciate it. But it doesn't seem to do anything. I thought maybe perhaps it would take the water planes out of the workshop mode, but no. Whether it's on or off, you have the same thing as what I've showed you here today. But yes, that is the one thing I find strange with this. Well, besides the fact that we have water that's, you know, just floating in the air, but nonetheless, it is fun and wonderful. And if you would like to check out this mod for yourself so that you can go and build yourself a lovely pool complex, then definitely go and check this mod out, and you can take a look at the link in the description as always for that. And I would definitely say to go and have some fun with it, as it is just glorious. But yes, that is going to be it for today, folks. I hope you all have enjoyed, and of course that you do come back for the next. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.